So welcome. We're very happy to welcome you again to another live session here in our Sysmex live presentation area. And as you can clearly see, I'm not standing here alone today. I have my lovely collaborator Francesco with me here. And as you can also see on the slide, we're not hosting this session alone, only from Sysmex, but we're hosting this together with Inpeco. And it's called A Connection That Makes Your Life Easier. And this is what we are trying to do together in this joint session. And Sysmex and Inpeco have a very long-standing collaboration since 2010 when we connected our XN series to the Inpeco TLA track. And since then, we have connected many other of our core business analyzers to the track. And this year, I think we've reached another milestone. But before we start with that, I would like to introduce my lovely collaborator, Francesco.
Thank you, Joanna. I'm Francesco Parodi. I am responsible for automation products in Inpeco. And as Joanna was saying, we are collaborating since many years. So since 2010, if I well remember, we are working together in developing new interfaces to connect Sysmex analyzers to the Inpeco track. And so, welcome everyone and good morning, because we will have some news from you for you today.
Yeah, some very nice news, as you can see in the two slides. So in this session today, we will focus on the new releases that we actually had last year. So we launched two new very exciting interfaces last year. One that you see on the left is the UN series interface, and as you see on the right, that's the CN interface, which we will discuss later on. But to start the session, we would like to give you a little look on how this new very special interface on the world's first interface of a urinalysis analyzer to a TLA track looks like. So enjoy.
Automation has changed how we get around, how we shop, how we take care of things in everyday life. And now it's about time to change the way of urinalysis. Introducing the world's first fully automated urinalysis workflow that will change the game. This is the UN series connection to FlexLab automation.
Yes, to give you a few more informations, we're going to walk you through a few questions that we ask ourselves in the process of developing this interface. So the first one goes from me to you, Francesco. So why did you choose Sysmex urinalysis solution to connect to the Inpeco TLA track?
Okay, well, Joanna, let me put it this way. Why Sysmex? Because whenever you are connecting an analyzer to an automation track, one of the most difficult tasks to be performed is the interaction, is the development of the interaction between track and analyzer. I'm not speaking only about the hardware interaction, but mainly I'm speaking about the communication between the two. Because every day during the workflow, the standard workflow, analyzer and track are speaking between them, and so they are exchanging a lot of messages, alerts, or whatever it is needed. And this is why during a development, on both sides, in this case Inpeco and Sysmex, the two R&D departments should work together. So this is why this great collaboration between the two companies helped a lot in facilitating this kind of development, avoiding losses of time or whatever. So from a company perspective, this is the reason. On the other hand, from a technical point of view, we have, as you know, an open system able to connect whatever analyzer is present on the market, and we are always selecting the best-in-class ones. So speaking about urinalysis, UN series is the gold standard currently, and this is why we selected you as a partner for this development. So, Joanna, on the other hand, why did you select Inpeco?
Yeah, I would. Well, let's refer to the same point that you said. So the long-standing collaboration between the two companies was definitely a factor. And also, let's say that you have an open system to which we could connect our analyzer. And I think also from a perspective from the product, our two messages, they match a lot. You have the slogan of tailor-made automation. This is kind of also what we have at the core of our UN series, that it's modular, it's flexible, you can have the configuration that you need. And also it was very important for us that we have a bidirectional connection, so that means that the customer does not have any touch points anymore. So from an R&D perspective, also was very important that we have a partner that we can trust and who can also work with us in order to make this possible, to establish a smooth connection. Which brings us a bit also to the question, so why did it only happen in 2021? I mean, other specialties are connected for years, so why did it take so long to connect a urinalysis analyzer?
Good question. This is really a good question. But the answer could be that urinalysis was always considered from an automation perspective an undervalued specialty. It means that the cost per test is very low compared to our other specialties. And so it was not so convenient to invest in automation, because automation in general is able to increase the efficiency in a lab, to decrease costs overall, but you need an investment in the beginning. But year over year, costs for automation are decreasing. And this is why in 2020, because it took a while to develop the connection, we decided to move to this new specialty. And this is why we selected you as a partner.
Yeah, I think I can only add to that and not only from an automation perspective, urinalysis is an undervalued specialty, but I think in general there's a lot of room for improvement to give more value to this really important and actually the laboratory's first analysis. And that also, we saw a lot of, a very high increase of requests in the market to automate not only the analysis itself, but also to make it much more smoother. I think yesterday in our educational workshop, we could also see that there is still a lot of skill waste in processes in the lab of just moving racks from left to right, having samples here, manually opening the tubes and so on. And we wanted to, bring this to the next level and really give the customer the most convenient solution in order to process urinalysis samples. And I think this is what we were trying to achieve from both sides with this interface. And then we can go over a bit more into the details. So what makes this interface so special?
Yeah, as you said, let's speak about the interface from a technical point of view, a little bit more from a technical point of view. As you said, this is really the first bidirectional connection interface in urinalysis. What does it mean? That our interface, the Inpeco interface, that is this part here, is composed by a single pick-and-place robot able to move tubes from the track to the analyzer and back. This is why bidirectional. We are able to reach a throughput of 350 samples per hour, and even if we are connecting the analyzer to the track, one of the main features is that we are able to guarantee manual loading in case of urgencies or any kind of need.
Yeah, so from our perspective, also from Sysmex perspective, it means that you still have all the convenience that the UN series analyzers give you. You still have that available. As said, we have the modular flexible approach, so that means you can really choose which kind of analyzers you would like to connect to the interface. You can connect up to 5 analyzers to one Inpeco interface track. As Francesco said, we have in the interface area, we have built in a storage area for 25 racks so that we can really guarantee that there will be no traffic jams, that there will not be delay in processing the samples. The samples will, all the workflow that takes place on the UN series will, as usual, be configured on the UN series software, so on the UWAM. And with that, we can really also make a tailor-made workflow in regards to your urinalysis diagnostic workflow, and then also can make sure that all the regs, as soon as they have been processed on the analyzer, go automatically back to the interface. And this is basically why we are very proud that we could make this development happen. And we already have a lot of requests from the market. It's of huge interest. And yeah, we're very happy to take your questions at the end of the session. But before we do that, we will focus, as we said in the beginning, also on another new release that was launched last year, and that is actually the CN interface. And for that one, we will hand over to our colleagues Regina from Sysmex and Sonia from Inpeco. So Sonia, Regina, please take the stage.
Hello everyone and welcome to this second part of the presentation. So as Johanna already showed you, the connectivity of the Inpeco TLA track does not start and stop only with hemostasis urinalysis products, but also with the hemostasis ones. So as you can see from the image here, we are very excited to share with you the latest updates that we have regarding this connectivity. Let me first introduce myself properly. My name is Regina Cipi and I work as a product manager for the hemostasis department at Sysmex Europe. And basically, I would start to include you in this solution by asking directly my collaborator, Sonia Grigolon from Inpeco, as to what was actually the trigger for Inpeco to have this connectivity with Sysmex CN 6000 analyzers.
Thanks, Regina. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sonia Grigolon. I'm the program manager for the new analyzer connection to Inpeco automation systems. So, as previously mentioned, the collaboration between Sysmex and Inpeco is not something new. In the area of coagulation, it started more than 12 years ago with the first Sysmex hemostasis analyzer connected, and then evolved year by year, expanding the Inpeco portfolio and including more and more specialties. I would say that the great teamwork between Sysmex and Inpeco teams, together with the higher reliability of the Sysmex solutions, and also the very high demand from the market of this kind of systems, are only one of the main reasons why we decided to invest our energies and focus our effort to make this connection a reality. So, which are the really added values of the CN 3600 analyzers, 6000 analyzers?
Thank you, Sonia. So, as it was already mentioned, the CS 5100 was already connected to the Inpeco TLA line, and further on, starting from the 2020, we released our latest hemostasis analyzer, the CN 3000 and CN 6000. And basically, the added value of this analyzer relies starting from the compact size that it has, and compared to the former model, it has like around 50% decrease in size, but at the same time having a higher throughput than the one before. So the throughput goes up to 450 tests per hour. Through the multi-wavelength technology that this analyzer has, it ensures that 4 different measurement principles can be included in the same analyzer. So basically you can perform tests from both clotting, chromogenic, immunoassays, including as well platelet aggregation. From a user perspective, the software is quite easy to understand and also includes guidance for the lab technician to understand better and to follow specific steps in case of analysis sample flags, which are quite complex in hemostasis field. I would also like to emphasize the reagent management of this system while maintaining a quite extended onboard stability with the Hyphen liquid ready-to-use reagents. To further make your life easy, basically, with the CN 6000 and 3000 and the reagents, we decided to continue and to make possible the integration of this analyzer with the Inpeco TLA. And to describe you furthermore into specifics what this connectivity includes, Sonia will give you now more details.
Thanks again. So, for sure, 2021 has been a great year for this collaboration because it allowed us to achieve both the UN series and the CN series availability for our automation system. But speaking about the CN connectivity, what can we say? It is a point-of-space solution that allows directly the sampling from the track and allow to guarantee the analyzer throughput of 400 tubes per hour. But one of the most important thing is that we support any need from the customer to upgrade the existing CS 5100 connectivities without any kind of impact from the other perspective. So this means that with the same interface module, all the analyzer can be connected to our product lines. Also, we are taking advantage of this project to adapt the connectivity to the new generation automation, enabling some important features, additional feature, I would say, such as the dial capped tube sampling and enhancing the throughput requirement, reaching values up to 450 tubes per hour.
Perfect. And to wrap up as to why this connectivity will make your life simpler and easier is the fact that, as we said, we have existing experience with Inpeco in connecting our Sysmex analyzers and hemostasis analyzers. It is possible to connect up to 3 different types of models in the same automation line, so the CS5100, CN3000, CN6000, and it ensures a single tube transportation in non-capped mode for the moment with a throughput of up to 400 sample tubes per hour, and including multiple analysis methodologies in the same analyzer as I mentioned. Additionally to that is the fact that we can connect multiple specialty units from hemostasis analyzers, including here hematology, urinalysis, and hemostasis in the same automation line. We hope that we have triggered your interest. And of course, if you have further need for details, please come and find us in our booth. We are very happy to provide you further information. Additionally to that, we are very excited to also show you our augmented reality functionality, where you can see and have a direct glimpse of the interface connectivity for both urinalysis analyzers and also for the hemostasis ones. And having said that, I would like to open now the session for questions coming from you. So please, if you have any questions, let us know.
No questions? So many people here, no questions?
It means that everything was clear.
Yeah. Do we have any questions from LinkedIn?
Good.
Well, then there's nothing left to say except then visit us on the booth if you want to have more details and maybe a more one-on-one talk. And thank you very much for attending the session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.